Well, good morning. Another email about yesterday's shoot. The guy says that when I was doing the laser, I was still looking through the scope, so it doesn't tell him much about the laser dot hitting those beads. Well, I can see his point, but what we're going to do today, I'm going to have the camera off, the scope off, and just use a laser dot. The scope will still be on the rifle, but it'll be turned off, and I won't even be looking at it. I'll just be aiming where the red dot is. I find it quite strange when people email me with these sort of comments where they could leave it in the comment section. You know, it'd be much better for everybody to read these. But I just can't make out why people send me a private email with these sort of stupid, things. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. So when I get outside, I'll have to set everything up at 10 yards. Now we've got to remember with a laser, once you've set your laser at your certain distance, it's set. You can't go shorter and you can't go longer. The laser will be set at that one distance, Yeah, it's possible that if you was a couple of meters either way, you're still going to hit a very large target like a human being, you know what I mean? But as for targets, you've got no chance, you know what I mean? It's set at one distance and that's it. The laser on the AP900 is set for 10 yards. So until I get outside, it's 7:30 coming up. So I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Right, good morning. I know I did say I weren't going to put the scope on, but it looks like I've got to, because I put a camera down and you couldn't see the beads. And in fact, I can't see the beads anyway. So what I'm going to do is look through the scope, then come off. Look through the scope, put the red dot on, then come off and just fire. And we'll see if this will work. The camera is rolling, and at the moment I'm going to shoot the wasps, and my scope is zeroed at my normal distance and not at 10 yards, but the laser is set for 10 yards. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll turn the laser on. Now if you look where my dot is, my crosshair, my white crosshair, how far down the red dot is. So that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm just going to raise it up onto a bullseye. Now we know, as from yesterday, the laser weren't actually on the crosshairs. So what I'm going to do, I've loaded it in. Now I've got to try and keep it still. Okay, so I'm on that bullseye. I'm going to look away and fire it. And that shot a little bit high, see it? And you can see where my my crosshairs are. So I'll take another shot, because what's happening, because, hang on, because I'm coming away from it, I could be jerking the trigger. But I just want to show you how virtually accurate the laser is. So I've got to be very, very still. Okay, I'm on that bullseye again, and I'm going to squeeze the trigger, and that's just shot a little bit high. So if I come low with the third shot, we might hit that bullseye. But as I say, because I'm not aiming through the scope, it just makes it that little bit awkward for me when I pull that trigger. Well, there's three pellets, and down the bottom you can see a 6mm bead and a 3mm bead all in line. Now what I will do, because you can see where my crosshairs are, I will be aiming, okay, because they're very, very small. Well, first of all, I do a bullseye. You can see my crosshairs are completely away from that red dot. So I come up to that one I've been shooting at. So I've got to come down low, and let's hit the bullseye. I don't know if I got my keys with me. It just needs to go up. Yeah, I've got my Allen keys, so I'm just gonna bring that up a bit. As I say, this test is a little bit awkward. And unless you really get a good unless you get a really good laser, what you'll be finding out is that the vibration of the rifle will move the laser itself, you know what I mean? And this is not too bad, but it is loose. So I've just raised it up a bit, and we're coming from the laser, and we're going to go for that red spot there. Right, okay, so I've got to go up, unless that's a pellet, I don't know. See, as soon as I move it, it moves. So it needs to be really tight. You know, this is, as I say, £13 or £14 laser. Right, okay, so I'll go for that dot again. No, as you can see, it's gone straight on that pellet hole again. So I'll try to adjust it again because it is a bit awkward. Right, okay, let's try that. I'm only doing this because I want to try to hit the beads. Right, that shot a little bit low. going straight in the same pellet hole. So I'll try one more adjustment down. Oh, that's too far. See, we'll try that. That's very, very loose, and I think the vibration is moving that off. But really, I've only got these lasers for decoration and not really to shoot with. And that's hit the bullseye. Okay, so see, I can't really turn the scope off, but you can see where the crosshairs are, and I'm just working on laser. So we'll go for that. We'll go for that red dot there, and that's the complete bullseye. Right, okay. Before that starts to move, we'll go for the beads. Now, as I say, we've got 3mm beads. Oh, I lost them. Where am I? All right, okay. We've got 3mm beads and 6mm beads. That's a 6mm, and that's gone. Oh, what I could do? Oh no, did I? If I was going to cover the lens up, then you couldn't see it. Right, okay. So we'll go for the next 6mm, and that's gone. The next 6mm, and that's gone. As I say, once that's set. Once the laser's set, it'll only shoot at that distance. That hit it and broke it, so we take that shot again. Yeah, it's really broke that up. But you know, a laser is very good for short distance. I wouldn't say. Now, I'm guessing on if that's on that target. No, I can't see. And that's that one gone. And these are the 6mm beads I'm shooting at. So we've got one more, and that's gone. Right, now we've got the 3mm beads. And that's gone. And what we'll do after, we'll take a group shot. And that's gone. These are 3mm beads I'm shooting at now. And if you look at that, when I put the laser on there, it seems to glow. See, it seems to glow. I mean, if you had an intruder and you just had that laser in your hand, and you're in a dark room and you place that laser on, they wouldn't know whether you've got a gun or not. All they know that they've got a red spot on them, and that could be sufficient enough to scare them off. I'm not saying put it on a gun, but I mean I'm saying if you was just holding the laser. Right, okay, so I think this is the last one. Right, okay, so that's everything done. There's a little white spot there, and I don't know what that is. That might be a chipping. Now, you can come just a few inches away, and that's gone. And there's a white spot. It could be a part of a bead on that cardboard. And that's gone. I mean, I must admit, shooting this AP900 at 10 yards, it looks like it's very accurate. So we're going to take group shot on this bullseye here. We'll take a 10 shot group. So that's one. That's two. That's three. Now I was watching Range and Country, I forget what the rifle's called, Steiger from Austria, just under £3,000. And yeah, very, very nice looking rifle, and they say it's absolutely accurate. That's four. And you can't miss what you're aiming at. Well, obviously you can, because when I watched it, Lawrence didn't, well, he shot quite a good group, but even a cheap rifle like this can do virtually the same. Okay, he was shooting at 25, I'm shooting at 10. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. Last shot on the 10 group with a laser. And that's 10. Now when I come away from that, can you see how small that group is? So what we'll do another 10 shot group. I'll turn the laser off this time, and I'm going to use the crosshairs. And we know that the crosshairs are set for my target range. But as long as I can keep the crosshairs on one board, so I'm just aiming for that red dot, and these pellets should fly almost in the same hole. That's 3, isn't it? That's 4. That's 5. That shot a little bit to the right, that one. So you can imagine it, that one, what shot just a little bit to the right, how far it would be if I was shooting at my target range. That's going to be a good 2 inches out. That's 6. That's 7. Be interesting to compare the crosshairs with the red dot after I've done it. That's 8. That's 9. So this is the 10th shot. And that's 10. Right, now look at both of those, and look, that's with the laser, and you can see the laser won. You know, I find that very, very interesting. So I'm going to put the laser back on and come up to this red dot here. And we'll take another 10 shot group. And will it tell me if the laser's more accurate than the crosshairs? That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. It's a shame I couldn't have put a camera down there, but then again, even if I did put a camera down there, I wouldn't be able to see them bees from here, not with my eyes. That's 7. You know, 10 yards don't seem much, but when you've got bad eyesight, that's 8. That's 9. Last shot. And that's 10. Right, let's turn the laser off and we'll compare those shots. Right, okay, so that's with the laser on, way under 5 pence. That's with the crosshairs, and that's with the laser. So those two groups, that one there and this one there, is quite similar. But this one here is a complete winner. It's almost, I would say that's about a 7mm, 6 up to 7mm group. That one, not quite sure, maybe a 10mm group. Possible the same. Yeah, very interesting. So the laser was more accurate than the scope. Right, the laser's back on, and we're coming down. I'm just going to look for something I can shoot. Right, there's a bit there. I'm not quite sure what that is. And that's gone. As I say, it's set for 10 yards, but it looks like there's another bit there. It looks like I'm coming down like a metre or a yard, I don't know. You can see this bit I'm aiming for, and that's gone. Oh, there might be another 3mm bead there, so I'm not quite sure what that spot is, but that's gone. Right, we'll go for that pellet hole, I think, with the laser. Now, I'm not quite sure it was shot high or a little bit low, so we'll take another pellet hole. But even so, it's so accurate. Pellet hole there. Yeah, shot a little bit high, so the laser's moved a bit, not by much. So if I come low there, and that's in the same hole. The laser's moving because of vibration. What I could do is reset the laser and then put super glue on it, you know, on the thread, and that then shouldn't move. A little bit low to it. Oh, it shot low to the right, but then I did feel the rifle move a bit. Let's move it up a bit. Yeah, I think what I'll have to do is reset the laser and just super glue that screw in. The windage is okay, it's just the elevation. Oh, I don't know, maybe the windage is not okay. But you can see how accurate the laser is. That shot dead straight. I might even take the scope off and just leave the laser on this and keep it as a 10-yard rifle. Because at 10 yards, that's shooting spot on. That's gone through the same hole. I'm not quite sure how many shots I've taken, 3 or 4 I think. Seems like they're virtually going through the same hole, splitting paper a little bit, but not much. There might be 7, this is 8. And this makes 9. 10. Right, turn the laser off, we'll have a look. Yeah, another nice group. 10 shots. 10 shots. 10 shots. 10 shots. All under the 5p piece. Oh, keep seeing flies. Keep seeing flies fly by. Yeah, all under 5p piece. Well under 5p piece. Yeah. Yeah, laser shooting, not bad. Right, okay. What I want to do is put in barracudas. And I'll put in the barracuda 15s, 10 shot group, and this would be last because that would be 20. That'll be about 30 minutes. Right, these are, sorry, I meant to, these are barracudas. Right, laser back on, and we'll see what the difference is now. We'll go for that now. Now that's shot high, okay. That's beside it. So that's beside it. That's going to be 11 mil group. That's 3 shots. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. At the moment it's a nice tidy small group. That's 8. It's 9. And that's 10. Turn the laser off. Let's compare that one to that one. Yeah, this one's a smaller one. So this is 10, that's 10, that's 10, that's 10, and that's 10. And that is still the smallest group, the first group I shot. Right, so that's Barracuda 15s. And now I'm going to try Spitfire domes. So at 10 yards, right, Spitfire domes. Right, laser back on. And we'll go for this one here. Okay, yeah, I did move a bit, but that shot high to the right, high to the left. But I'm not worried because it's a group in it. And that's in the same pellet hole. And that's in the same pellet hole. That's 3 shots. That's 4. And that seems very, very good. That's 5. And they're all shooting high to the left, hitting the same pellet hole. Was that 5 or 6? 5, I think. That's 6. Now I got a little bit confused because I just saw a pellet just underneath that group. There, I'm not quite sure. That's 7. That's 8. Oh, where am I shooting? Oh, here, ain't it? That's 9. Last shot. 10. Another nice tidy shot with a little split of paper, I think, or that was a pellet, I don't know. So with the laser, everything I shot with 10 pellets, way under a 5p piece. Mind you, okay, it's 10 yards. I've got Barracuda 18s up here. I'm not quite sure they're pellets or beads. Oh. Yeah, Barracuda 18s, okay, I got, they're at the bottom of the tin. But Barracuda's normally a decent pellet. They've got a very decent skirt on. Right, okay, so 10 shots at a different hole. That hole there. That shot a bit higher, like the Barracuda 15s. That came a little bit to the right, and also split paper. It's 3, I think. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. Apart from that paper being split, that's still a nice small group. That's 8. That's 9. Right, last shot with 10th pellet. And that's 10. A little bit opened up, but still under that 5p piece. I mean, you can see the circumference of that black circle, and those pellets would have been in it. And that circumference of the black circle on that bullseye is much smaller than 5p. Yeah, so at 10 yards, this rifle's spot on. But when you look at the pellets, even at 10 yards, even a fraction off will make that pellet be inches off at further distance. I mean, if I was shooting at 50 yards, that wouldn't even hit paper, you know. But you know, you look at these 10 shot group, 10 shot group, 10 shot group, 10 shot group, a 10 shot group, 10 shot group, and 10 shot group. I mean, all under 5p piece. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do now. I'm not quite sure to whether just put the laser on this and take the scope off and put it on something else. You know, because at 10 yards, that is absolutely accurate. I'm back with the wasp. I'm going to take one more shot and see if we can see something on the floor. This is going to be the last shot, so I want something small. That's small. See that where my crosshairs is on that there? I'm not quite sure what that is. So we're going to come up with a laser. Oh dear me. I don't know what that is, but it can bounce back, but that spot's gone. Right, okay, I'm going to take one more shot and I'm going to clip paper. Try to clip paper with a laser. So you can see just here, well, I'll come up, see that kind of line going across there? I'm not quite sure if that hit there or it was just a cut in the paper. So this will be the last shot. You can see it's gone straight in now, and the laser is moved, so it's got to be glued down, you know, adjusted, and the screw glued. Right, okay, so that's the last. Turn everything off. Well, I don't know about you, but I found that to be interesting. Okay, 10 yards, absolutely accurate with every tin of pellet I've shot. Yeah, well pleased, but when I get it out to my range, when I go further, this little snow peak just runs away with itself. Pellets shoot everywhere, you know. Now I'm not quite sure it's the pellets or if it is the gun, but today it shot very well through the laser. and I hope this has answered that guy's question, the guy's email what he sent me, because I found that very, very interesting. So if you enjoyed the video, give your thumbs up, leave your comments, and this is over 50 minutes long. See you later, bye. Right, okay, I just got the target down. You can see how small these groups are. 10 shots, 10 shots, 10 shots, 10 shots, size of a pellet hole, 10 shots, split paper, 10 shots and 10 shots. Now when I'm looking at it, I think these ones, that one and that one, are the smallest groups. That's shooting at 10 yards with a laser. It can't be bad, can it?